All right, this game made me drag out all my equipment. I played Riftbound. I have trial decks. What is this game trying to accomplish? I don't know. I don't know what this game is trying to do. I'm probably going to play this game. I will start by saying that. I will probably play this, but like, what the heck is going on with this? All right, so I have in front of you the mat for Riftbound. It's the League of Legends card game that comes out in like a month or whatever, whenever you're watching this. And then I'm going to show you like the Jinx trial deck so you can kind of see some of the sample cards. But like, look at this mat to start. This is trying to do everything that you have ever freaking played. All right. This is already too confusing. There's 3 lanes, and that's not even the best part. There's more. All right, check this out. Okay, so let's open up the let's open the deck up, and I'll just show you. All right, so this is the Jinx trial deck. Ignore the Teemo promos; those are mine. All right, so you got black backs, white backs, and blue backs. All right, check this out. Okay, here's how the game works. This is based on me playing twice at my store. And with this deck, one game I stomped, and the other game I got trounced, and I still don't. It doesn't quite make sense. So just like the real League of Legends game, I'm here to be confused and get yelled at. Let's go ahead and see. So okay, so here's how the game works. Every deck you got a legend card. All right, it says legend right there in yellow or gold. And this is the Jinx deck, so it's just a static effect. I thought this was like the commander. It is something that hangs out on your board the whole time, but it's like a static effect. So this one, it just says at the start of your beginning phase, which is upkeep, draw one if you have 1 or fewer cards in your hand. So I was drawn to this deck because I was like, yay, Hellbent deck, where I get to draw and play stuff, and I don't have to think about it because I'm just playing what I draw. Perfect. That goes right here. Very important. It's got to go there, okay? These are battlefields, which, Jesus. Okay, hold on. Let's do the white backs. These are mana. These are your lands. These are your runes. You shuffle this deck. This is kind of like eggs for Digimon. Like, it gives you like 2 decks to shuffle. This is the rune deck, and you put that here. Okay, runes. This is where your land is. Okay, the rest of it is your main deck, and you shuffle that, and it's gonna have like creatures and spells and stuff, and that goes here. Okay, before you do that, I already messed this up. Before you do that, there is one card that's got to be a Jinx, because that's my legend. So like if you're playing the Yasuo deck, it's got to be a Yasuo or like a Volibear. So there are 2 different types of Jinx in this deck. There's this one that like you can pay more to have it come out with haste or rush or whatever game you're playing, and it does more damage. And then there's another Jinx in here that lets you like draw or something like that, whatever. So you pick a Jinx that aligns with your legend and you put it here. Now a lot of you are probably like, oh, that's your commander, right? Or that's your hero from Hearthstone. Wrong. It is like a gimme card that you can play once, but like if it dies, it goes to discard like normal. It's basically like your deck trying to give you a card that's like, okay, like this is something that you could always play, and it's like, so you get to feel the character. You're always going to have the character in your deck or something like that. That's what 2 games I played, guys. 2 games I played. Please feel free to yell at me if you guys have somehow got a hold of these decks also and have been playing it nonstop. You shuffle this deck and you draw 4 cards. That is how the game starts. Now, let's just go over the rules again with the zones. All right, so this 1 through 8 are the points you're going to score. You score points by controlling lanes. There are going to be 2 lanes in this game, kind of like Star Wars. All right, here is your bench. No, sorry, here is your runes where you have your mana. So at the beginning of each turn, you get to like flip 2 mana. All right, and I have a red mana and a purple mana. It's Chaos and Fury, the runes. So that's kind of like Hearthstone, where it's like you always get mana. But, and like 2 mana a turn sounds great, right? If you go in second, you get 3 mana your first turn, which sounds good. But bear with me. So you got your land and your runes here. Here is essentially where enchantments and gear goes, right? Stuff where you can like have just hanging out and react and whatever. And then here is technically like your bench. Like they're trying to do Pokemon too, all right? So this is where like units come in. So what's in my opening hand? Say I have a unit right here as a bench, okay? The lanes are, wait, there's more to this mat, are like right here. which does not make any freaking sense. What is going on? What is going on? So these lanes are like you put your guys so when they're ready, you would put your guy in a lane and you're contesting it. You're actively controlling it. That's how you get points. It's the first one to 8, and you got to win by having both, or you got to be holding one really strongly. So the lanes have like effects, like so when you conquer here, discard 1, then draw 1, so you get to loot essentially. And by conquering, you either just control it, or like if your opponent has a guy, right, it's going to be like anybody that's played any other card game, you know, I have 5 power against the 4 power. That fight happens, he dies, I conquer, right? That is pretty much how this works. So not only are there these 3 freaking rows of stuff, but you have these 2 lanes which like are placed sort of, there's no spot for them. Like your opponent's mat is here, and they're kind of like on top. It's almost like a link zone, but there's no zone for it. It doesn't make sense. Why would you do this? And also, why is my static effect right here? It's like where I'm trying to do stuff, but like this is where it goes. And then, okay, let's move on. We have our lanes, we got our guys, we drew our cards, and now we have activated 2 runes, and it is my turn. This is typical Magic. Okay, so do I have a 2-drop in here? No. Let's see if I do. Okay, so I can pay 2 to play this Chemtech Enforcer. Okay, it has Assault 2. It gains 2 damage while it's an attacker in the lane, and when you play me, discard 1. So that comes in tapped, because they all come in tapped, unless it says otherwise, and discard 1. So I discard something like, I'm going to discard this 8-cost spell that like I'm not playing right away, and it's all part of Jinx effect because you want to have less cards so you can draw more cards. By the way, there is a mulligan. You can mulligan 2 to draw 2 more. You can only do that once. So then your opponent goes, and then the game kind of proceeds from there. But so like my next turn, I get to ready 2, right? And now I have 4 mana, which is awesome because I got like good stuff. This guy gets ready, and I put him here, and I conquer, and then I get a point. Or if he had a guy there that was a 2, you know, maybe they crash, or he has a 1 there, I can conquer him, and boom. Eventually, this kind of gets out of control, and you can start playing cards that, let's see, like I can play this guy, or even I can play my Jinx, right? And so like Jinx costs 3. Right, 1, 2, 3. But it also has this symbol underneath it, which means you have to ditch a rune. So you burn a rune by doing that. So this, it's got to be the red one, right? This goes to the bottom of this deck. So that's kind of the way to like makes it where like mana doesn't get like crazy. Because if you play like really good stuff, you got to recycle a rune, essentially. But you always get the 2 more on your next turn, usually. That's kind of how the game works. I just wanted to make this quickly because, like, I'm so confused with what's going on. Like, does this make sense to anybody? It's really fun. I'm probably going to buy this, and I'm probably going to play this. But, like, okay. Why is there not a real spot for this? Is where most of the game happens, is this weird fringe. And you can double people up, and, like, people have tank, and there's, like, what is this one? This is the one that says, like, what is it? Units here have ganking, epic ganking, which means they can like jump from battlefield to battlefield. And so it's like there's going to be so much going on here. Like, why is this not? It doesn't quite make sense. And then like when my Jinx dies, that was my commander, but it's not. It's like it was a normal card. So like now this is empty all the time. Like it doesn't make sense. The board's too big. There's too much going on. It's trying to be Pokemon. It's trying to be Star Wars. It's trying to be Hearthstone. It's really fun. I'm going to play it some more. I'm really excited. But what the hell, man? I don't get it. I don't get it. I think I got to play this more. I'm going to try and convince people to play this with me. God, yeah. It's also kind of confusing how you win because the rules say... Let me see. I got the PDF of the rules. Rules say that to win... Your winning point has to be you control something or you win both lanes. But, like, if I just, like, spend my whole game, like, just, like, buffing up this... Because, like, when you put a guy into the lane, like, the combat happens. You can't be like, I'm going to put, like, 6 guys here, and then... This is a gear, by the way. I'm going to put 6 guys here, and then combat happens. No, according to the rules, combat happens as soon as I put a guy here. So if, like, you're looking at this, and even if you put, like, this beefy 5 guy here, like, you're going to maybe take a guy out. Like, that's so much card resource to try and win that back. There's cards in here that'll be like bounce stuff to hand or like just completely vaporize something. But it doesn't make sense. So like, you're saying I can hold on to this all the whole time and always be guaranteed a point because I buffed this so hard, and then like I guess your opponent can do the same. But like, so okay, also you score in the beginning of your turn, so it's like, okay, my untap my runes, right, I draw my card, and it doesn't quite make sense. It doesn't quite make sense. It's like, again, the games that I played, I either like stomped because I did some crap like this, or I got stomped because you snowball. Like, your opponent, if they have no board presence, and you have just this, right? You have just one guy in each thing. Every turn, if like he's bricking, every turn I'm like 2 points because I'm controlling two things. And then eventually it's gonna go for there. I just like it really is punishing if you don't curve, I suppose. Like, there's games where I drew 5s and 6s, and like, yeah, you get there eventually, but it's like too late, or you need some like serious spell power. So that is Riftbound. I hope you enjoyed this very elaborate tutorial. This video is mainly for like 2 people that I hope are watching. But please play this game with me because it looks fun and I'm going to buy it. But I don't get it. It's confusing. There's too much going on. There's way too much going on. What the hell is going on? Thanks, guys. Bye.